and welcome to Leah's Journey to Love. If you're not familiar with my sim, Leah, she was on my sim series, The Bachelor. She was one of the contestants. Obviously, she did not win that show. She wasn't there for very long. The first week that she was there, she struggled with seeing Tyler flirt with the other girls. She had been interested in him. She came in open minded, but just as soon as she saw him like talking to Athena and some of the other girls, she realized this may not be for her. Even when he gave her the first rose, she was hesitant about accepting it because she was sort of realizing, I don't think I will be able to develop a relationship with this man in this under these circumstances. And frankly, she had more chemistry with some of the girls in the house than with the bachelor himself. They finally went on their first one-on-one date, and he chose a really thoughtful date. She's a little country caretaker. She loves animals, so he took her on this farm date and planned this nice dinner. But it did not go well, and consequently, Leah did not end up getting a rose. She went home. She wasn't very disappointed, though, honestly. She felt good about it. But Leah does still want to find love. That's why she went on the show to begin with. So now that The Bachelor is over, and Leah is on her own in finding love. Let's see how it goes. So, since Leah had to travel a lot while filming, she had to move out of her apartment in order to go on The Bachelor. So, now that she is off the show, she has moved back home with her mom in San Sequoia. And right now, she's given a little love to her horse Thunder. Her mom and her two sisters. She has two younger sisters. So she is living here with them for right now. It's a temporary situation. She plans to get her own place again. But for the time being, she is living at home and just kind of getting back on her feet. And while Leah was unpacking, getting everything ready, she realized that the earrings that she wore on her date with the bachelor, she only has one of them. And she wasn't really thinking about it when she came home. She was kind of like in a fog a little bit, like she was just like not really thinking clearly. But now she's realizing, wait, I don't have my earrings, and they were my grandmother's earrings. So her grandmother gave her the earrings, so they had a lot of sentimental value. So she's thinking back to the last time she had the earrings and going over it, and she called the showrunners, she called the girls of the house. She had them check just to make sure she didn't accidentally leave them on the vanity or on the sink or anywhere. And they're not at the Bachelor Mansion. So she wasn't able to find them at the bar that she went to with Tyler, but now she is stopping over at the farm. So when they had their romantic date, their one-on-one, he had a nice dinner set up for her here at this farm. An older lady named Rita owned it. And so she is stopping by, and she just wants to go in and get Rita and tell her what happened and see if she can look around and see if she can find the earrings herself. So she shows up at the house, and then to her surprise, it is not Rita who is inside the house. It's actually Cassidy, the country singer, who was supposed to perform for her and Tyler at their romantic dinner date. So she's like, oh, I didn't think you lived here. I didn't think you would still be here. And she's like, oh, no, I didn't. She's like, actually, funny story. When I performed here for your date, I thought the property was just so pretty and so lovely. And I've been looking for a house. So I actually bought the house. The older lady who was living here by herself, she was having a hard time keeping up with the farm and the property and all the animals on her own anyway. And so I took it over. I took over everything, the farm, the animals, the crops, everything. The lady left. She went and retired. And now I am the owner of this house. So, and she's like, wow, that's really great. I'm sure I bet you're loving it. This is a gorgeous property. And she's like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And now Leah is telling her a little bit about these earrings. So she's telling her, she's like, look, so the reason I'm here is because when I went on my date with Tyler, I lost something that's really important to me. I lost one of my grandmother's earrings. And she's like, I've checked everywhere at home. I've asked the producers. I went to the bar that we went to. Like, nobody, I can't find the earrings. So I'm thinking maybe I lost them out here. And so Leah goes out to look. She wants to look around, see if she can find the earrings. And it is a big property, but she wasn't on all of it. So she has a little look around and she checks and sees if she can find the earrings. And Cassidy's like, hey, did you have any luck? And she's like, no, unfortunately, I didn't. But the really funny thing here is that Leah, she just cannot stop being attracted to this woman. And so Cassie is asking her, she's like, so I didn't expect to see you back so soon. Things didn't work out with your bachelor, huh? And Leah's like, no, he wasn't the one for me. And she is like, well, that's too bad. And Leah's like, yeah, but it's actually funny. I didn't really feel it between us anyway, so I'm not too heartbroken. She's like, I was actually more attracted to a couple of the girls in the house than I was him. And Cassie's like, oh, really? Oh, okay, that's interesting. She's like, well, I can't blame you. You had a lot of beautiful women in that lineup. And so the girls come out here to check and see if they can find the earring together. Leah's already looked, but she's like, it's like finding a needle in a haystack, honestly. There's all this brush, all this other stuff out here, and not to mention there's the animals. So even if the earring was here, there are horses, there are dogs, there are cows, and I think there's a llama. Like, there are a lot of animals running around this farm. It's completely possible that somebody picked it up and tracked the earring somewhere just running around. So the girls decide to have a little look around the farm, and they're also spending a little time together. And while Leah is extremely attracted to Cassidy, she isn't sure if Cassidy is even attracted to girls, if she even dates girls. Like, she hasn't seen anything about this because Cassidy is actually a famous country singer, and so she hadn't seen anything about that. But Cassidy did make that comment about the beautiful bachelorette girls, and she hasn't said anything about Tyler. She hasn't seemed that attracted to him. So while the girls are out here looking around, they kind of get distracted looking up at just the gorgeous, like, the sky and the clouds, and they decide to do a little cloud gazing together. And they're having just such a cute moment. And meanwhile, the cows are over here like, hello, would anyone like to clean us? We would like some attention, please. And the dog's over there. But yeah, I think they've kind of paused the earring search right now, and they're just spending a little quality time together. And Leah's realizing it. Leah is a pretty guarded girl, and she's starting to get a little nervous by the idea that, like, she feels really attracted to Cassidy, but she's not sure this can even go anywhere, or, like, she probably doesn't even feel that way about me. She's like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure this, like, I'm just being weird. Maybe it's one-sided, and I'm the only one who feels the attraction here. So she is trying to find out. She wants to ask Cassidy, hey, what do you look for in a partner? Because maybe that'll answer her question. If she's like, oh, well, I like this in a guy, well, then that kind of answers her question. So she asks her, what she likes in a partner. And Cassidy, it looks her over, and she sees Leah's tattoos, and she's like, I like a girl with tattoos and brown hair and pretty brown eyes I can get lost in. And Leah realizes she's just basically describing her, and maybe she's flirting with her a little bit. And that makes Leah really happy. But because of who Leah is, it also makes Leah a little bit scared. Because Leah has her issues. She's guarded. She was guarded from Tyler. And so as soon as she realizes, wait, there's a chance that something could happen here, I think this girl could be attracted to me, she runs away. So now it has been a few days since she was at the farm looking for her earrings. Leah left her phone number with Cassidy just in case she were to find them. But she got a notification that she had a delivery, and so she went outside, and to her surprise, she found a cotton candy delivery. there was a little box attached to the cotton candy, and it turns out it's from Cassidy. She says, "Listen, hey, I found your earring and I wanted to return it to you, and I thought I'd send you something, a little something sweet too." So Leah is feeling really inspired right now. She is remembering, she was really attracted to Cassidy on sight, and she knows that Cassidy was attracted to her too. And so she's kind of thinking about it, and she's remembering how much fun they had when they were looking for her earrings and how nice it was until she got spooked. Meanwhile, Cassidy over here is managing the farm herself. She's taking a little break between recording albums, and she's not doing any touring right now, any gigs, anything like that. She's just taking a little break to get settled into her new farm. And it's a lot to handle, it's a lot to manage all by herself. But Leah, here we are the next day. So after the delivery from Cassidy, Leah has decided, you know what? I want to surprise her with something sweet too. And so she decides to take a little cotton candy delivery to Cassidy. So here we are at the farm. She gave Cassidy her sweet surprise in return, and now she's helping her out with some of the farm chores because she couldn't help but notice how tired Cassidy was. And she was kind of like, "Hey, are you okay?" And Cassidy was like, "Yeah, I'm good, just settling in, kind of growing pains." She's like, "It is a lot to manage this whole farm by myself. I can see why Rita was like, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I'm ready to retire." And Leah her aspiration is to be a country caretaker. Like, this is what she wants to do with her life. So she stays and she helps out with some of the farm chores, and in doing so gets to spend a little time with Cassidy. Athena, she actually had texted Athena about her, and so she told her. And Cassidy, she's not here to move slow right now. Like, as soon as she became attracted to Leah, like, they haven't kissed or anything. They don't even have a flirtation bar yet. And Cassidy is already ready to be girlfriends. Like, she's like, "I want to ask Leah to be my girlfriend. I want to just do this. Like, I really feel attracted to this girl. I really feel chemistry with her, and we both want the same things." And she just she's ready to dive in. She's like, "Let's do this." And Leah is over there really getting her hands dirty. She is milking the cow, and Cassidy is watching and talking to her, and she's like, "This is so nice. Wouldn't it be so nice if this was our life?" Even though Leah has her commitment issues and her fears, she's feeling it too. She hasn't admitted it, and obviously they haven't spoken about it because they're not dating or anything. But Leah, she's also looking for that person to spend her life with, and she and Cassidy do have a lot in common. And also, I mean, look at her. Cassidy is just gorgeous. She's just they're so compatible. They have the perfect life here. And Leah's like, yeah, she just kind of makes light of it, and she's like, "I think you're just looking for help around the farm." And now the girls are going to go inside. They are both feeling a little fatigued from all of their morning of farm chores. So Cassidy says, "Hey, let me make you lunch, and I'll make us some dessert too." And the girls are just having a little chat, and Leah she's having a great time with Cassidy. And so she's asking her, she's like, "Have you always wanted to be a singer? Is that something you always wanted to pursue, or how'd that happen?" And Cassidy is telling her about her life and how when she was a little girl, she used to play the guitar and sing to her teddy bears, pretending they were an audience. She's like, I would have my dolls when they would play, they were going to a concert, and she's talking about their childhood and just having a great conversation. One of those conversations that you just start and you just keep it going, and you could talk to them forever. And it's this chemistry. This is kind of why Cassidy feels like a really strong draw toward Leah. Because obviously, being in the limelight, like, Cassidy has had her share of bad relationships. And it's hard, and it's hard to have a relationship when you have eyes on you, kind of. And so she's really enjoying this. It's like she gets to be a normal person for a while, and she just gets to, make brunch with her friend and who she's wildly attracted to. And So now Cassidy is the food is cooking, and Cassidy has wandered away from the food. Actually, somebody needs to get back over there and finish the food. But Leah is tired and she's feeling stinky, and she's like, "Would you mind if I took a shower, like while we're waiting for food?" I know that's probably a crazy question. I'll make it super quick, but I just feel so gross from being outside and everything. And she's like, "Yeah, of course, no problem. Like, go for it." I'm sure you'll feel refreshed and feel so much better afterwards, and then that way we can enjoy our lunch. So while Leah enjoys a quick shower, Cassidy enjoys making food for someone special, and she can't help thinking how nice this is, and how, she could actually get used to this. Once Leah is all clean, the girls have their lunch and then they have dessert. Cassidy whipped up some cotton candy for them. The cotton candy isn't the only thing feeling sweet in this kitchen today. Cassidy is feeling a little flirty, and she is tired of, not expressing to Leah how she's feeling. And so she gave her a little rose and she flirted with her a little bit. And now Leah is also feeling flirty as she enjoys the delicious cotton candy. The girls are having a great time, and I'm glad that Leah is just letting herself enjoy this moment. Although I know, knowing Leah, as soon as she leaves, she'll probably get in her head about it. But for now, the girls are just having a cute little moment, and Leah's like, "That was so good. You're a delicious sweet maker." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, I can whip up many desserts for you." The girls are also still feeling tired from all the farm work, and Leah is a little uncomfortable with just how comfortable she feels. So Leah heads home. Now it is 2 weeks later, and Leah has not spoken to Cassidy since. She did get a little spooked, as predicted, after the little, I don't know, breakfast, lunch, candy date, farming date, whatever you want to call it. But now she is on the internet and she has just seen an advertisement. She was looking for movie showtimes, but she saw that Cassidy is playing at the Willow Creek boutique hotel. She is going to be, she'll be performing there this weekend. And Leah is thinking about it, and she's thinking about the great time they had, and she's like, I would kind of like to see her again. And so she thinks, hey, you know what? Maybe I should check out that concert. Meanwhile, Cassidy is feeling a little bummed that she hasn't heard from Leah. She was the one to reach out to Leah before, but she kind of hoped that Leah would reach out to her after. So right now, she is just taking her dog out for a little walk. Her dog is filthy, very, very dirty. I don't know why the dog's so dirty. She's gonna have to give the doggy a bath when they get home. But she is going for a little run before she heads down to start practicing for her show tonight. It is showtime. Well, almost. It's rehearsal time. But Leah got here a little early, just in time to see Cassidy up on the stage tuning her guitar and practicing for her live show tonight. And Cassidy doesn't realize she's there yet, but Leah is enjoying the music and she decides to go over and she's like, "Hey, you're sounding really good." And Cassidy is like, "Wow, long time no see." And while they're kind of chatting and catching up a little, Leah is just like, "Wow, I am so attracted to this woman." And one of the people's over here dropping a tip. "Oh, we have Katrina Caliente in the audience tonight." But yeah, so Leah is #1 fan right now. She is enjoying it, enjoying the practice. And Cassidy, she put it down now and she's like, "Hey, so I haven't heard from you since our chore date." And Leah is like, "Yeah, sorry. I was being a little bit dramatic. I guess I kind of got in my head and I got spooked by how much I liked you." And Cassidy is like, "Well, I guess that is at least a good thing to get spooked by." And so she's like, "Why don't we sit down and have a drink? I still have a little bit of time before my set." So the girls sit down, and Leah is feeling very, very flirty right now. So they're talking about Leah's time on The Bachelorette, and Leah's like, or on The Bachelor, sorry. And Leah is like, "I never dreamed that when I went on that date with Tyler, I would meet you." And Cassidy, I mean, she's obviously feeling the same way. These two are really into each other, and Leah's telling her, she's like, I'm just really afraid to get hurt. She's like, I've been hurt in the past and it really took me out for a long time. I don't recover from hurt quickly. I take a while to lick my wounds and to heal. And so I fight my feelings when I start to feel something good happening because I know that something really good can turn into something really bad and really painful. And Cassidy is like, yeah, it can, but it can also be something really good. It doesn't have to turn bad and painful. What if it worked out? And Leah's like, I guess that's a little bit scary too, but definitely something I'm interested in if you are. And Cassidy is, of course, interested. She doesn't care if Leah's a little skittish. She is like, I don't care. I'm really feeling this girl. Like, I haven't felt this way about someone for a really, really long time. And I want to go for it. I think some things are worth taking the risk. And I think that we could be worth it. And Leah is like, I just, getting close to someone, I get that, like, I can't lose you, and then what if I do? And so she's being really open with expressing her fears, and this was the thing that Tyler could not get her to do, like, at all. Tyler, they never had that kind of connection. But Cassidy is getting it out of her, and she is really getting to the root of her relationship fears. And you know what? Leah was like, okay, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I love hanging out with you. Maybe I can put my guards down. Maybe I don't have to fight this anymore. And she is feeling really confident right now. Maybe the drink that she had helped, but she's feeling good. And she saved Cassidy's number in her phone as my girlfriend. And Cassidy did the same thing. Actually, she saved it as my sweetheart. And so Leah is feeling really, really happy, really, really confident. And Cassidy is like really happy that she's just going to give it a chance. And now these two are going to go for it and they are going to have their very first kiss. Both of the girls are feeling like they're on cloud nine. Of course, Leah gets a little spooked. And Leah panics a little and she's like, I had a really great time, but I have to get home. And Cassidy's like, oh, but I haven't played my set yet. And Leah runs off because that's what Leah does. So, unfortunately, Cassidy goes home alone tonight. But she had a good set, and she's still feeling really good about her relationship with Leah. She thinks that they're on the right track, and she even texts her a sweet little goodnight before she takes care of the horses and goes to bed herself. So part 2 will be up soon. I hope you enjoyed this installment, and I will see you next time.